Thank you, Ron.
Hi.
Dr. Z, now, you're a relationship specialist, talking about relationships and coaching, but also coaching men on how to meet women, and I assume vice versa.
Yes, love, sex, dating is my arena. It's
love,
my
sex, and dating. Is it more difficult for men to meet women or women to meet men?
It's definitely more difficult for men because the pressure is on men to come up and make the first step. It still is. Women will flirt, they will send certain signals, and which is easier for a woman to do, whereas a man has to, most of the times a man has to affirmatively come up and start a conversation, and to risk rejection and possible, you know, there's possible competition from rivals. And therefore the book that I wrote is mostly for men. There's some helpful tips for women because the pressure is on men to be confident enough to come up and to start that conversation.
But you often hear women complain that, hey, I can't meet any men, all the good men are married, that type of thing.
Well, I think in that case, it's just a matter, those are the people that don't get out enough. I always say you have to think outside the box to meet people. You know, most people think, oh, clubs. You know, I went out a couple of nights and I didn't meet anybody in the club. So I always say there's so many other places. Take up a hobby that you like, and through that hobby you'll meet a ton of places. A lot of charities, charitable work. I mean, I have like 10 different unusual places in my book where you can meet women through a variety of ways. And for guys too, they say, well, you know, I don't know how to meet women. You know, I'm not good at cold approach. And that means coming up in a club. So I talk about natural habitats of attractive women through which you can meet them. For instance, like nail salon and hair salons. And most guys are like, oh, I would never get a manicure. But that's the easiest way to meet a woman. They're out there, they're relaxed, they're bored a lot of times. And a lot of women these days appreciate a metrosexual guy who gets, you know, gets his nails buffed or whatever. So I talk about natural habitats where hot women hang out and where it becomes easy. As you sort of penetrate this natural habitat, you become a familiar face, which is in psychology called a propinquity. It's you're no longer a stranger just approaching her, a familiar face, so it becomes easy.
I know when I take my yoga classes, there's 20 of us, I'm typically the only man there.
Exactly, and I always tell guys, don't be afraid, don't, you know, drop the matcha part. My sister's a belly dancer, and she said that there was a guy who signed up for belly dancing classes. And yeah, it seems ridiculous, but there's all these beautiful women, and they're all having fun, and he's the only guy, so this is a smart guy.
I was reading an article in Newsweek just yesterday about the cheerleading, that now cheerleading started out as a men's sport.
Right.
Then it became dominated in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s by women, and now men are getting back into the sport. And in college, cheerleading is 50-50 now between men and women. Yeah,
exactly. So I tell guys the best, and women the same thing, the best way to meet the opposite gender is by doing things that gender likes. So sign up for things that women do, you know, even any kind of dancing, any kind of hobbies, you know, cooking class, you'll meet a ton of women. You know, baking are becoming really in. There's great ways. People who just, you know, they get stuck in their routines and they don't think outside of the box, and then they complain. But, you know, there's billions of people on this planet, and I always say there's a lid for every pot. It's just a matter of getting out. It's a numbers game, of meeting enough people to find the right person for you.